Do you like comic book movies, Spencer?
I do like comic book movies.
What's your most favorite comic book movie character?
Movie character? Probably Spider-Man.
Always, which Spider-Man? You open up a can of worms already.
Man, I'm really liking these.
Andrew Garfield, I know.
Yeah. I really been liking the Tom Hiddleston or Holland movies. Those have been great.
I have not watched the most recent one.
Did you like the first one?
Yes.
You'll like. It's just more of the same. And not in a way of like, oh, they just redid the same, but just like, it's just a continuation of that. And
well, how do you feel about the recent news of them trying to get Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine for a Hulk movie?
A Hulk movie?
Like a Hulk Wolverine movie.
That would be awesome.
Because I don't think they're allowed to do just a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
But they can do Hulk and Wolverine.
Yeah, that's how he was able to be into the Thor and all that stuff. That would be awesome. My only problem with that is, like, unless if you can somehow get him to commit to do another whole string
I think
it
would be just like an alternate universe.
Just like a standalone kind of thing.
Because they're doing like the, what it was like the Strange Tales and things like that. So I think they're going to do alternate universe one-off stories. That's what I think they had in mind.
What they could probably do is like they're doing like that What If animated series. Maybe they just get him to do like the voice of Wolverine or something like that.
No. I don't want that.
Did you see that video of like Hugh Jackman doing like voiceover for that one scene in Logan where he's like running through the...
Yeah, he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Screech.
And then like I saw that, and then like a little bit after that I saw somebody take that exact same thing and line it up with like the March of the Penguins, or not Happy Feet. I think it was Happy Feet. Equally as good. So.
Equally as good. It's time for the DPW Spooktacular. We should have a Spooktacular. Sometime. Not today.
No, not today.
You are listening to the DPW Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb James. With me today, Spencer, the Arkham Assassin Church.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like that one.
You get to reading some goddamn H.P. Lovecraft already. You start getting these references. Fuck. Oh, I wasn't going to swear this episode.
What? Why?
I don't know. I felt like we need a classy episode.
I believe our episodes are quite classy.
Highbrow sophistication.
I think our most classiest episode is the 50 Shades of Brown episode, I think that's a high bar.
We definitely peaked early with that. It's hard to get over.
So you say peaking, and that just immediately makes me go to that episode of Always Sunny when they talk about, like, I haven't even begun to peak yet. I'm going to peak all over you people.
Dennis the Golden God. We're supposed to be talking about movies, right? Is that what's happening?
Something about, like, movies and cinema and stuff.
I'm not all here right now.
No?
Kind of tired.
It makes sense. You're kind of, as I'm looking at you, you're kind of, like, fading in and out of reality right now. I can kind of see the chair behind you a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Maybe I'm, like, cycling like one of those vampire creatures in Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Just going in and out of existence. I don't know. I don't feel good.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to bring the tears.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't make me cry, Caleb.
You're wearing the fancy Spider-Man shirt. I didn't want the tears to flow. He came back.
He did come back. I mean, everybody knew that. I mean,
they went away.
They tried to take him away again.
He came back. He's here for a little bit. Oh, we were supposed to be talking about Martin Scorsese's controversial. I didn't think they were controversial at all.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with him, but I also don't think it's controversial either.
I should probably actually look up the quote rather than paraphrasing. So if you want to tell everybody what you're doing for dinner tonight.
Dinner?
Yeah, your fancy dinner date.
I don't have a fancy dinner date.
Why the fuck not? It's a Wednesday. Everybody has fancy dinner dates on Wednesday. Do you see what I'm wearing?
Yeah, you're wearing a... that's not a robe, a kimono? Is that what those are?
Congratulations. You are correct. How do you spell Martin?
Martin!
Jeez, that's still trending on the Google. It must have been a hot topic. So what better way for us to suck on the teat of current events than by hitting trending news?
That probably won't be trending by the time we put the episode out.
Samuel L. Jackson hit back. Not everybody likes his shit either.
I saw that.
I guess he said stuff.
But
I feel like he would have said shit.
It probably depended on where, like, if you talked to him in person, it probably would have been shit.
Yeah. Oh, this is
and it'd probably been like, nobody likes that motherfucker shit. Like some people don't like that motherfucker shit.
Yeah. Maybe Samuel L. Jackson has turned a new leaf with his language.
I hope not.
Maybe he was, like, saying that to PBS or something.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Wait, that's the fucking Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
In an interview with Empire Magazine, because people still read magazines apparently, Martin Scorsese gave the Marvel Cinematic Universe the cold shoulder, comparing the billion-dollar franchise to theme parks. Here is his quote. "I don't see them. I tried, but that's not cinema," Scorsese told Empire Magazine. "Honestly, the closest I can think of them, as well made as they are, with actors doing the best they can under the circumstances, is theme parks. It isn't the cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional, psychological experiences to another human being." How do you feel about that?
So he's just talking about, like, the 5 movies that get made a year that...
Just Marvel movies.
No, but I mean, like, of what he thinks cinema is. There's probably, like 5 movies made a year that fall into, like, the
like the art category?
Yeah.
Like what I would say Joker would fall into?
Yeah. So, like, does it have to be, like... Because I feel like the cinema kind of falls into the same conversations that we've had about literature.
Right. That's what I was thinking, too.
They share the same parallels. Like, that's just kind of like... Cinema is the movie's version.
The art of filmmaking versus... Like, I think his main critiques... Marvel is very copy and paste, cut and dry with their filmmaking style. Like, you could watch many videos of just, the Avengers in a circle having, their dialogue. Yeah. And it just kind of goes, like, cuts to cut. And there's no real style to it. It's just kind of somebody filming them.
Yeah.
Versus, like, what is it? Seven Samurai is one of the most famous Japanese movies. It's, like, you watch the cinematography of that when everybody's around talking, there's constant motion. Things are focusing specifically on certain things that the director wants you to see. Marvel movies, you don't really get that. You're not getting, like, the expression of Tony Stark necessarily other than what Robert Downey Jr. is doing, but the camera isn't making you focus. Like, I remember one example is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. There's a scene where the girl's doing, like, calligraphy, and the way the camera focuses on the brush strokes, it's very specific, and what it does is it alludes, like, it cuts the woman out completely almost at one point and just shows her hand, and what it does is allude to her ability with a sword.
Yeah.
And it's very, like, nuanced detail, but you don't get those in Marvel movies, because Marvel movies, like he said, which I agree, like theme park rides, they're fun.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that, but I could understand, like, going back to, like, our book discussions in the past, if you're writing fine literature, it's gotta kind of suck to see 50 Shades of Grey fucking making all this money while you might win awards for your book, but you're not really, like, nobody's reading it other than, like, that select new niche fan base.
But I think and then he kind of commented on it. It's not like the Marvel movies are bad. It's not like they're phoning it in and just, like, just putting shit out there just because they know people are gonna go and watch it. They're trying to, I mean, they've been able to make, like, almost all the same people see the same movie
over and over and over.
Yeah, like, I mean, so they gotta be doing something right. And I don't know. And again, this is just... goes into, like, what I try to do with my storytelling is I'm trying to create something that is entertaining, that the reader or watcher or whatever it is going to enjoy it, will consume it, will want more from it. Like, because I don't know, I've seen some, like, cinema movies, and it's just like, what kind of horse shit is this? You know?
Like when I tried to watch Eraserhead a couple months ago, I was just like, what the fuck is happening?
Or, like, and then, so is it, like, can you only like movies that have won like Oscars of those cinema? Because like,
well, Forrest Gump, I wouldn't say. I mean, it killed at the Oscars, but I wouldn't say that was fine cinema.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like, what was that like? Only like 10 years ago, whenever like Juno won, and like I liked that movie. Like it's been forever since I watched it. So
fun, quirky movie.
So like I don't know how much I'd still like it now, but like,
is it a Godfather? Absolutely not. It's and
you need like. You need the Marvel movies, because if you didn't have the Marvel movies, there would be no theaters for you to play your cinematic masterpieces at.
My issue, like, I'm kind of in between, because I like to take away messages from my movies, which is why I really, really like The Joker, but Wonder Woman, I was just like, it's okay. Aquaman, I was like, it's fun, but like the Marvel movies, even I like the Marvel movies, but what I enjoy most about them is when they have more moral conflicts and they focus more on the characters and things like that, versus just all the action and shoot 'em ups and John Wick movies. I'm gonna give a little pass on that because rightfully so, they should be so stupid. They should be so stupid, but again...
Great. But they do such a good job at them that they're awesome.
And the cinematography on them and the fight choreograph... how do you say that word? Choreography.
Fight choreography.
Choreography.
That's bad whenever I have to...
just so you folks know, I'm drinking absinthe, and I was out of cold water... Because, fucking I suck apparently. So I had to use like this flavored seltzer water, and it just, I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like I got my drink spiked. It's a little weird. I'm getting a little hot-headed. Anyway, the choreography of John Wick movies are excellent. And it makes up for the lack of character development. But at the same time, I love that universe.
Yeah.
It's like this underground, very polite, but super murder society. It's wonderful. But when you look at cinema, I mean, say you compare Citizen Kane to Infinity War. You can't.
No.
It's completely separate. Like, there's nothing... I mean, it's almost like that zombie book we read versus, like how I said, I rated it the same as I did Great Expectations, but that shouldn't be because they're so far different. Yeah. Like, one's a literary masterpiece and one's just a fun book. Yeah. But it comes down to, my personal opinion, it just comes down to whoever's reading or watching. Are they enjoying it?
The viewer, the consumer's preference. Mm-hmm. What do they prefer?
Because there's plenty of so-called masterpieces that I just thought were boring and didn't like.
Yeah.
No, I don't care how well it's filmed and how many flowers you close up on, and some things just aren't that good.
What about like weird like... And then this might have a little different, like, thing on it since, like, because of recent events, but, like American Beauty. That was very, like, the way that they would shoot things and stuff like that. You could say it's very cinema, but it was kind of about, like, this dude who then kind of, like, he decided, like, yeah, fuck it, I don't give a shit, which I enjoyed that part, but then, like, towards the middle and the end, like, gets this creepy relationship with, like, a teenage girl in your so-called cinema. Like, you don't have to ever worry about that in a Marvel movie.
No. Though, I feel like with Kevin Spacey now, if you go back and watch a movie, you're not going to believe that plot point.
Yeah, right?
You're not going to believe that he was lusting after that young girl.
Maybe or maybe whatever he's just into young, whatever it is.
I feel like I would like when the
this art is not true to me.
The gay neighbor guy who kisses him and then shoots him because he doesn't want to be outed. I feel like that part was probably more on point now.
Yeah.
Things don't always hindsight, 2020.
And I mean, like, because he also has to realize on how much like those Marvel movies has benefited him Because he's the one that's doing the Irishman or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Where they age like everybody.
The technology aspect, you mean?
Yeah, but nobody was doing that shit before before like the Avengers and all that shit they were doing that in.
Oh,
you know what I
guess
mean?
Benjamin Button, that cinematic masterpiece doesn't exist.
No, they aged him. They didn't de-age him.
Yeah, they de-aged him at the end. He's 15 years old.
But he's Brad Pitt. He already looks like he's 15 years old.
No. Did you ever see Benjamin Button?
No, I did not ever see fucking Benjamin Button.
One, it's a fucking great movie, so punch you right in the face after the podcast for not watching it. So don't talk shit about The Curious Case of Benjamin Button if you haven't seen it, because I love me some Benjamin Buttons. And two, it wasn't just de-aging him before all this de-aging shit happened. Yeah. Like, you really looked at Brad Pitt and was like, damn, did they just get a young actor? Like, it doesn't even look CGI at all. And there's a whole, over an hour's worth of extras that just show you how they do all that stuff.
Oh, yeah?
So, fuck you and your Marvel movies. They didn't start it.
Dude, I can't watch, a 3-hour movie if it's not, a Marvel movie or something like that. I can't.
There's action in that movie. He's on a boat at one point and they're shooting stuff.
I mean, yeah.
Just watch it.
Maybe.
I can't watch a movie that's 3. So you're not going to see The Irishman?
I mean, maybe eventually.
It's 3.5 hours.
I'm probably not in the theater, probably not.
By the way, we're talking about cinema, but Martin Scorsese is most famous for most of his movies being fucking mafia movies or mobster movies. So
that's a genre within itself.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, granted, his filmmaking style is very cinematic, but still, I mean, that's kind of shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
I mean, they have overall themes and morals and all that shit, but they're still fun shoot 'em ups.
And they're the mob guy did something, he's ratted, or he's they all fall within the same thing. So
I would be interested to hear his take on some of the DC movies.
Well, I can't remember because we keep on throwing the Joker in there, but he was originally
I think he's a producer.
A producer. I don't know if he still ended up being a producer on it or not. So
I think so. He, I think he had some input on that movie. But I would be interested to see if he felt the same about, say, Wonder Woman, because that, while it still had the action and stuff, that was a little different than because the Marvel movies, it's what I think his main gripe is the cinematography and the fact that if every single Marvel movie is filmed fairly much the same. You just have your big action sequence, and then you have just the actual filming of the characters when they're talking and stuff. It's all kind of the same. There's no experiments or any kind of cool shoot shots for the most part. The non-CGI stuff.
Well, I'm gonna say because Doctor Strange does some weird shit.
See, that's all CGI though. I think he's just talking about the actual art of filmmaking, and I feel like the DC movies probably take more. Well, it's hard to say with Aquaman because that was a CGI fest, but Wonder Woman was a little bit that was closer to an actual cinema if you want to go that route. I thought it was kind of boring myself.
I liked Wonder Woman. I thought it was good.
I just didn't like all the fucking the ending, man.
Oh yeah, the ending's not
fucking hot garbage. The
ending's not good, but everything until they fight here. She fights the demigod who still is rocking the mustache.
Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah. Until that, I enjoyed it. You can't tell me that's awesome when she's fucking walking across no man's land.
Yeah.
Just ricocheting all those bullets off with the shield and stuff like that.
Well, why do the bullets always go towards her wrist?
She moves.
No, they just go towards her wrist.
Maybe she have magnets in them.
I think it's stupid. I don't think the character of Wonder Woman was ever good. You know who's far superior to Wonder Woman? She-Hulk. Much cooler character. She breaks the fourth wall. She's green.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's like Deadpool. Don't you ever read a fucking She-Hulk comic?
Not really, no.
Heathen. I read them all.
Well, good, then you can watch her show when it comes out on the Disney Plus thing.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. So, since we're talking about cinematic masterpieces, we paid money.
Money.
Out of our pocket. Go see Joker on Saturday.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was a damn fine film.
So good.
I mean, we were talking off air about, the implications. The media was worried that it would cause mass shooters, and people to want to murder and stuff. And then we were kind of discussing, like, I mean, I can kind of see it to a degree. Like, you kind of feel sometimes you just want to burn it all down. Yeah. But that's why characters like the Joker are so popular, I think, because they show the other side of society that you're not supposed to ever really focus on.
And it gives you it gives a release to that stress. Like, people always give shit about, like ICP and the songs that they do, but, like, you know, they do a lot of rapping about, like, murdering, and, like, I can tell you from personal experience, after listening to, like, a CD of murdering people, you kind of feel good afterwards, like, you know? And then you're getting into it and you're singing along with the song and you're just like, it's orthotic, you know? It's kind of like a therapy.
Yeah, as long as it's, you know...
As long as I'm not actually murdering people while I'm listening to the song,
Well, that was what they were worried about with Joker, was that it was going to cause people to want to murder, but maybe it just gets the murder out of your system. I mean, like I've said before... The John Wick movies, Joker doesn't even get close to comparing for the first 10 minutes of a John Wick movie, violence-wise. There's not that much killing in the movie, but it's very brutal when it happens. I think it's like, what gets you is that it's real almost. Like when you watch, like, and he kills somebody in the movie, it's like, oh shit, that was like, that could happen.
That scissor scene?
Yeah. It's not like in a John Wick where he's, you know, kills dudes with a book or a pencil or like all these crazy...
He's having a sword fight on a motorcycle on the highway.
Yeah, he's fucking shooting people in the face off a horse. Like, you're not going to see that happen. But, you know, a guy gets stabbed with some scissors or some shit. Like, that could bust his face off the wall. Like, that could happen. It was very brutal. I think Mr. Joaquin Phoenix deserves not only the Oscar, but all the awards for that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, like, it looked like it was painful to play that role. Like, the way he was... You know, he played like an insane guy. Like his,
and then he got so skinny.
But just his facial mannerisms and the way he moved, it looked like it hurt. Like he was just uncomfortable in his own skin.
The laugh?
Yeah.
The laugh looked like it hurt too.
Yeah. It was, it wasn't a comfortable movie to watch.
No.
But I will definitely see it again. I mean, it reminded me heavily of Taxi Driver. Even with, like, the, you know, he kept pointing the fake gun to his head.
Yeah.
Like, that's in Taxi Driver. Like, that's the ending of Taxi Driver. There's a lot of references to that movie.
Did you ever get around to watching the King of Comedy? That's, like, the other one. I never saw that either.
Yeah, there were some references to that movie, but I did not see that one, which I wanted to. I just forgot about it. Speaking of, side note to cinema, just as somebody who I always thought should have been the Joker, Willem Dafoe.
Oh, you just have to throw makeup on that guy. He's so creepy looking.
I want to see that Lighthouse movie. Did you see the trailer for that? Him and Robert Pattinson in a lighthouse?
No.
Fucking nutty. They just look crazy and they're just... I can't... There's no description I can get. You just have to watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll watch it after this, but... like, I would actually think I'm going to go see that in the theater just because it looks so weird.
Nice.
Because you don't get to see weird movies in the theater that often.
That's like the trailer what was that one trailer for that Nazi movie?
Yeah,
I kind of want to see that. I was watching. I was like, I might go to the theater to watch this.
Hitler's the little German boy's imaginary friend.
Yeah,
it looks so ridiculous, but I'll be down for that too. That actually looks really good.
Scarlett Jo's in it.
ScarJo, I like me some ScarJo.
Oh yeah.
Would you say before the podcast you wanted to see something on her?
The butthole?
Oh!
I think that was what you were talking about. You were talking about seeing a butthole, and I probably agreed with you, but...
Whoa! No, that's disgusting. Who'd want to see that?
I mean, I'm sure there's pictures you can find.
Are there?
I think there's some, like, new movie she did where she was, like, nude, but, like, it looked like she lost some weight on it, so it looked weird, like...
By the way, we're not being disgusting with the butthole talk. That was Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You listen to his podcast and blame him. Don't blame the DPW guys. Talk about Scarlett Johansson's butthole.
We're just talking about our betters.
We're just talking about what we heard, just like everybody else. Just going around.
Now, with the Joker, I don't know how deep you want to dive into this conversation.
It's hard without giving the movie away.
That's what, like, I didn't know if we want to...
I don't think that's a good idea yet, 'cause it's only been out for one weekend. It's only Wednesday, man.
Man, because there's some things that there's there would be some things that I would like to deep dive and talk, like see what just from like story elements and telling what you thought about it, because we didn't do too much talking, because it's definitely one of those movies too that like once you get done watching it, you can be like, oh yeah, that's really cool and stuff, but it's definitely kind of like it kind of sticks with you. It's best like after you've had some time to digest it and be like,
let it percolate.
Oh, they did do that. And yeah, I did kind of notice that.
All right, well, let's discuss it. But spoiler alert: if you didn't see the movie and you don't want spoilers, this would be a good time to cut out.
I mean, and it's gonna be a couple of days until we get this put out anyway, so it'll be.
Yeah, it won't be out till Tuesday, so that's another week.
Yeah.
Just anyway, you don't want spoilers. It's your last chance. So anyway, when Joker was fisting that. When he was fisting Gordon, like, no, that didn't happen. I wish it did. Go on, sir.
So, I guess, like, the big one, do you think any of that was real?
The ending of that implied that it might not have. Because if you notice, when he was in the asylum, when he was getting those papers, it was all grimy and gross, and everything was yellow. But at the end, everything was white and beautiful.
Like, whenever, they did that quick scene to him banging his head up against the wall when he was talking to the social worker.
But people said on the old internet there that at the end, because I didn't notice, he had gray, like his hair was gray.
I saw a little bit of gray, yeah.
Which means it could have just been in the future. And if that's the case, because the theme in the movie was they're going to overhaul the mental health system.
Yeah.
So maybe they just, fixed up the hospital, made it nice. That's a possibility. So... And but with the Joker, there was the multiple scenes where he has a love interest.
Yeah. And
then it turns out, surprise, it was all in his head. That chick didn't even know him.
That's the only problem that I have with if it being all not real. So he had like a delusion inside of a delusion.
Well, that goes back to Taxi Driver. Where in Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro's character, and a King of Comedy also, has these mental delusions where they think things are real and they're happening, but they're not. So I think that was supposed to be open-ended, where did this happen or did it not happen? You're really not sure. Is he actually Thomas Wayne's son, or is he really just an orphan? Or I also like that because you gave a Joker origin without giving a Joker origin. You still don't know where the fuck he came from.
Yeah, because that's also like because even the directors did people ask him and he's like, I'm trying to do it in a way so it's pretty open ended. It's you don't it's not cut and dry, or like maybe this guy inspired the Joker or something like that.
Because even though they talk about it, you don't know anything about his childhood because they said he was he was a child of but they said his adopted mother, who he thought was his real mother, abused him and chained him to the radiator and all this crazy shit. But he doesn't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Because he read the file and he was like, oh shit, like he didn't have any idea. So, did that actually happen? It's hard to say.
Yeah. I like to think, I don't know if that didn't happen, something along that line happened, because like, he murders the psychiatrist at the end.
You think he does?
No, because his footprints are red.
Yeah, you get the bloody footprints, but you don't know.
But he's running away.
You don't know if he murdered her. You just assume he murdered her.
Well, he fucked her up at least.
Probably.
He fucked her up enough that he has enough blood on his shoes to leave a trail down a long ass hallway. So it's kind of hard to think like. Unless, I don't know, he was in there, because they in the beginning, whenever they mentioned about him being locked away, they don't mention for how long or why or like.
Well, also, like they say, his laugh was a neurological disorder caused by a head injury, but then wasn't it later on? I forget what it was. He found out like that might not have been the case.
I think. I can't remember.
I could have sworn that there was a scene where...
Well, I heard people talk about it on this other podcast that I was listening to, that did you realize that once he went like full makeup and like like on the talk show and stuff like that.
He didn't laugh anymore.
Yeah, like all that was gone.
Yeah, he didn't have the crazy nervous laughter. So maybe he could control it all along. I think that's
that, or just like maybe like. Well, then too, by that point he wasn't taking the medicine anymore.
Maybe it was the medicine doing it. Yeah.
Or just like a side effect from the medicine, given that But I don't know. I think they could use it either way, like, because like before we were saying, like, after we left that, like, this is supposed to be standalone.
Yeah.
But I could so definitely see like them using this as like the restart button.
I would really like that, and I mean he's an excellent Joker, so.
And like I think like you could do like the age thing, like, because we had a problem with like just old.
Yeah.
Well, like you could say like, so he did this stuff and he's been coming out of in and out of mental asylums since Batman's away doing his stuff, and like maybe Batman catches him, and like that's when he falls into like his in most Joker origins he falls into the vat.
Yeah.
Like so maybe like that happens. And somehow, like, that affects his aging somehow.
Possible.
You know what I mean?
Or at least his appearance.
And then, like, he'll have the makeup on while he's doing that. So maybe, like, the white paint and stuff like that and the green hair gets stuck like that because that's how he had it when he fell in.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, because he did so much, like, people will kind of, like, oh, wasn't that funny? Like, they thought it was stupid. Like, I thought that was, like, and again, I don't know what this says about me, but like, so whenever he murders the guy with the scissors, and then because like
with the little person,
and like, and he goes and he can't unlock the door. Like, I thought that was fucking hilarious. That's so fucked up and dark.
There was a lot of that, like all the scenes with him and the other clowns, and there was just a lot of really fucked up scenes.
And like, what I don't think like a lot of people were talking about when it comes to this movie is like, they were worried about, what like it's gonna cause people to do stuff, but it was more on like, this is what could happen if we don't change the way we take care and handle these kind of people, like
yeah, we just ignore people with mental health issues,
or just even normal day, like it can, like, it's not that big of a stress of just like a normal day person just like put up with shit after shit after shit.
Like Michael Douglas and Falling Down.
Yeah.
Just loses it.
And it doesn't make it right, but you can definitely see, like, where that person's coming from. Mm-hmm. How they could think, like, that's that's the only out, that's the only thing that they can do.
Well, they definitely did a good job of making this Joker what I feel was the scariest and most intimidating Joker. Because when he, like, at the end, when he shot, Robert De Niro right in the fucking head.
Yeah.
Just out of the blue, just bow. I was just like, oh my God. Like that's okay. That guy's a fucking murderer. But when you see even a Heath Ledger Joker, yeah, he's a murderer, but you're like, like he didn't seem as, I don't know how to say it, just unhinged maybe. Because like the Heath Ledger Joker, he was kind of unhinged, but he always, he never has a plan, but he clearly had plans. He seemed like he was more in control, but
this one, he was just seriously by the seat of his pants for the most part.
Yeah, like that whole end, I mean, he like rehearsed it, but you thought he was going to kill himself, and then that didn't happen. He just fucking lost it. So I really enjoyed that. I think I think he was my favorite Joker because I really felt that he was the most menacing of the Jokers.
Did you notice, because like in the movie, he has this joke book, like a Joker/joke book. And did you ever know that, like, whenever showing flipping through, like, there was a couple of times you saw, like, naked pictures and, like, weird things are just going on with that mental thing?
Mm-hmm.
So good, like. And there's just so many different, like, little... And, like, we mentioned before in the movie, they kind of tease that maybe he's Bruce's, Batman's, like, half-brother. And, like, normally, like, if you just would, like... If I heard that before the movie, but that's kind of fucking stupid.
But when you saw it, you're like,
yeah, they did such a good job that, like, I was kind of like, if that's what they go with, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they defuse that and like step it back to where like that's probably not what happened, because you find out that his mom's just as fucking crazy as he was. Which, why would they let that crazy bitch adopt a kid to begin with?
70s.
Yeah, fair.
It was also...
because, like, Yeah, because we don't even actually know his actual name. Because what was
Arthur Fleck.
But
that's
was
not his real name. He was adopted. Because her name was Fleck. Not, that's just his adopted name. What also, what was really cool in the movie, because the whole movie he's just getting the shit beat out of him, and he's getting fired, and nobody likes him because he's crazy, and he's just fucking lives with his mom, just loser of the losers. Mom goes to loony bed,
and he's like trying to do good, but not do good, but he's not a menacing asshole throughout the whole thing.
But what I liked about the movie is, as he actually starts to get some breaks, he finally has the confidence to go on stage and he gets some laughs, and then he actually makes it on TV, and then he actually gets invited to be on the TV show. Like, he actually got the break he wanted this whole time, and that's when he goes off the deep end and just fucking goes crazy.
Well, I don't think that the quote-unquote break, like... They even mention it, like, you know, whenever... Because on the top, when he gets onto Robert De Niro's talk show, which is just like a Johnny Carson kind of...
Well, he said he wanted to make fun of him.
Fun of him, yeah, like, so...
But still, that would have got him some kind of work. Like, he was at least getting noticed.
Maybe.
I mean, his dream was to be on the talk show. He did get on the talk show. And even if he was going to make fun of him, if he was good enough, he could have steered it to...
Yeah, but he wasn't.
Well, like, when he came out, though, people were already kind of on his side. He gave that fucking lady, which was in the comics, by the way, that fucking long, creepy kiss.
Yeah.
And people were cheering for him, so he had it, and then he just...
The only thing that, like, kind of threw me a little bit was, like, the dancing.
There was a lot of dancing.
There was a lot of dancing, and, like, it was good. It was really creepy, and, like, the way they played it throughout, like, the movie, it made sense. But, like, Joker was never really a dancer that
It was,
Unless maybe some stuff doing like the old Adam West.
It had a lot to do with like old
like clown performance or something.
There was some things with there was a few things. There was one famous mime clown or something, some French clown. What's his name? Marceau Moussou or that guy.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I obviously butchered that, but he, most famous French clown, I guess. But like a lot of his mannerisms was based off of that guy, and then like a lot of the dancing came from old like Fred Astaire, and like even when he went to the theater, this movie's supposed to be 1981. All those rich people were watching a Charlie Chaplin movie, like in the 30s, and there's like Fred Astaire dancing. Like when he's watching TV, I think there's an old some old fucking 30s thing where everybody's dancing. So like it had something to do with that. If you look into it, I'm sure it goes a lot deeper. What are you doing, dog? You can go out when we're done. We're almost done!
Almost, buddy.
But I would say I give Joker 5 out of 5.
Oh, definitely. Because just the more you think about it, the more it kind of fucks with your head, because, like, the whole, like, that's not his actual, mom, and, like, the beating and stuff, that maybe not fucking happened, like.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't even really... may not even really know the Joker's actual origin by
Though to muddy the waters even more, the scene where he goes in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Maybe that had something to do with him being chained to a hot radiator when he was a kid, so he needs to be in a cool place. They did a lot of things like that, so it's so hard to say. I mean, he was adopted. Yeah. And he did suffer child abuse because that was in the file. That happened.
If that file is real.
If that file is real or correct, yeah. Again, we don't fucking know. The whole movie is like a fever dream. You don't really know what the hell's going on. And I like how they introduced that early by having him, like, you think everything's going good with him and that chick. Yeah. That neighbor lady that he's with. Because they start out and they go out a couple times, or at least once and stuff. But then that scene where he's on her, he goes, like, he has a bad day. He got rained on. Did he get beat up or something again? Or is that
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, some fucked up shit happened, and he ends up going in her apartment, he's sitting on her couch, and at first you think it's his apartment, and like there's kid toys, and you're like, wait, what the hell, where is he? And then he sit down, and she comes in, and he's like, he just freaks out. It's like, oh, God.
Did you not lock your doors in that? That was a shady-ass apartment. Like, why is your door not locked? That's what you get.
Well, did you see that apartment complex? I mean, maybe it didn't have a lock. Maybe it was broken.
Did you realize that like, because we were talking about like how attractive the chick and stuff was, and how it was very suspect but I didn't realize until like checking her out that that's the
From the flying, the chick from Thor. Right?
No, Deadpool 2.
That's what I meant, not Thor. The
Domino.
thing on her face. Yeah. Why did I think Thor? No.
Because Thor also has like an attractive black lady in it as well.
And she looks like the same. No, I know what you meant because I looked her up.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Shut up. I knew she was Domino, but she has a weird name, like in real life.
Yeah, shit, I can't think of what it is right now. And so you could look it up on your phone, but you might not want to see what comes after.
Yes. So, yeah.
So I think if you haven't watched The Joker yet, you should definitely check it out.
Definitely check
Especially
out
if
the
you're
Joker.
like one of those like guys like, I don't care about the Joker's origin. Like, don't
worry about that.
Don't let that hang you up, because I was having a conversation with a guy at work who's like a big Batman guy, and like he was just like, I don't care about it. And like I was like, I'm gonna watch it. And then the next day I worked and I saw him. I was like, you need to check it out. Like, if you don't want to go to the theaters, fine, I get it. It's expensive, but as soon as it comes out to like rent or something, you need to check it out. Like, it's so good.
The thing about this movie is if you took out the whole Joker aspect, it's the same movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess I heard like somebody said that they, like another podcast the same podcast I was listening to said that they saw like an interview with Todd Phillips, and he was like, the kind of movies that he wants to make, they wasn't letting him make. But, like, if you just say it's the Joker, then
you can make it.
It kind of falls into, like, the Scorsese, like, cinema kind of...
Yeah.
To circle back onto that. You know. Because we were like, oh, when superhero movie's gonna die?
Well, what are you going to do when the Robert Pattinson movie comes out and it just has Jared Leto Joker?
No.
You're not going to be happy about that?
No, it's not going to be... They're not going to have him be the Joker again.
They said he was going to be the Joker again.
He said he was going to be...
Well, he's supposed to get his own Joker movie.
Yeah, and...
That's not happening now. No way.
And then everybody saw how shitty it was from Suicide Squad. When they're like, man, that's the shittiest part of Suicide Squad. That's saying something.
You know what's hilarious? There's, like, multiple, like, not just memes, but people, like, actual art where it has every incarnation of the Joker.
Just not him?
Even like the Mark Hamill ones in the cartoons and stuff. And he's just never in them. They're just like, nah, that guy doesn't.
I'll show you, I saw a meme. I'll show it to you when we're done. But it was like a breakdown of each, like, of each shirt. So it was like, it was a picture of what's his name from the Adam West, she just fucking left my head.
Cesar Romero?
Yeah, Cesar Romero's Joker. And then like underneath of it had like LSD, and then it had Nicholson's Joker, and it had cocaine, and then it had Heath Ledger's Joker, and it was heroin, and then it had who we were just talking about, Jared Leto, and it had meth, and then it had Joaquin Phoenix, and it just had 40-hour work week.
Oh. I definitely got a falling down vibe from this movie. Just somebody fucking just done with it. Just like, how long can you get shit on before you just say, you know what? I'm the Joker now.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it too, is there was no acid vat or anything that made him like crazy.
Yeah.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
That's how he was.
And we don't necessarily know why or how, but
it was just vague enough to make you want a sequel, and it's supposed to be a one-off, so.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like, nothing until like that last like 5 minutes of the movie could have not have been real. Because she, like, the therapist asks, like, you know, he's standing there and he's laughing. Because you don't know how he gets... Because, like, it just cuts from him, like, standing on a police car, smiling with fucking fire and fucking just hell raining down.
And then he's in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. And just in smoking and laughing, and the security, or the psychiatrist was... At first, I thought really should have been Harley Quinn, until then the murder...
Yeah, it makes more sense when you see the murder. Like, I guess it couldn't have been.
Oh, but then, you know, ask him what's so funny, and he's just, you wouldn't get it. So, like, is everything we just watched for the past, like, 2.5 hours or however long it was that just all something he just thought in his head?
Well, here's another thing, though. You know, you brought up Harley Quinn.
Or what he might plan on doing later, maybe?
Well, you brought up Harley Quinn. I don't see this Joker with the Harley Quinn. Like, I don't see...
That would make sense, yeah.
I don't see Joaquin Phoenix as somebody that would be able to necessarily manipulate his kid, like that Joker being able to manipulate a girl to like him. I mean, he didn't really show that. He was just more insane.
Well, I think as the movie progresses and like...
He does get more confidence.
Yeah, so like if everything that happened in that movie was real... Because even there, like at the end there, he seemed like just the way he held himself and carried himself, he seemed more confident and sure of being able to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't know, maybe he has that chick stashed somewhere from the apartment and that's the new Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn in that world. I don't think it would work.
I'm getting very unsure if I just want to see Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, period. And that's something I did not think I would ever say.
That Birds of Prey looks like trash. Birds of trash. Should be called pigeons. Fucking sucks. That why did they make that garbage movie?
Because they just needed something to put Harley Quinn in?
I'm not one of those fellers who goes and judges a movie based on the trailer. But that movie's gonna be a hot fucking dog dump. It just doesn't look good. Even Harley Quinn in it, I'm just like, I'm not gonna see just a movie just because she's in it. I just poop on it. Poop on the whole thing.
I poop on you. As Triumph would so rarely put it.
Who the hell asked for a Birds of Prey movie anyway? What's it even about? Birds?
No, it's just female superheroes.
I just watched the trailer, and I don't remember anything from it other than it looked dumb.
Well, they don't really show you anything else other than Harley Quinn.
Well, maybe it's great. I don't know, maybe it'll be wonderful. Maybe it'll be
I'll let you know when I see it.
No, because you're going to go pay
I'm
to see that.
I'm gonna go see it.
My name's Spencer, and I pay for dog shit, so you don't have to.
My name's Spencer, and the comic book industry has me by their teeth.
Let me see the awful movie so you don't got to. Well, that was our review of the Joker, I guess. I mean, that was supposed to be by Martin Scorsese, but whatever, man.
It kind of went together, and it ebbed and flowed, and it was good.
I don't know about that. It was there.
It was there.
It existed like Birds of Prey.
Hey, now.
Hey, now. Go see The Lighthouse. If you think Joker's magnificent, go see The Lighthouse, because it's crazy.
You've just only seen the trailer of that.
Yeah, like how I just said, I judge a whole movie based on a trailer. That's something I don't do. Well, I did for Birds of Prey and it looks like trash, and I did it for Lighthouse and it looks amazing.
No, what do you do if it's the opposite?
Well, that'd be interesting, but I'm still going to see The Lighthouse. You folks, if you want to check out anything that we do, that's stuff, I guess. I don't know.
We're working on trying to do things.
You can go to the old drunkenpenwriting.com. Hit us up on Twitter at drunkpenwriting. Go on Facebook at the name that is the Drunken Pen Writing. And we have an Instagram now at Drunken Pen Writing.
I saw that.
And right now I'm just doing horror movie characters. The next one I'm going to do is Candyman. Because I did not know that Candyman was based on a Clive Barker short story.
Well, really?
Yeah, because I knew Hellraiser obviously was, the Hellbound Heart, the novella. But I did not know Candyman was a Clive Barker creation.
To circle back real quick, there was a Joker comic book that came out today, written by Clive Barker.
Ooh. Just to defend everybody in the world real quick, has Clive Barker got the AIDS?
I don't know.
I thought he had AIDS or gave somebody AIDS.
Well, if you gave it to somebody, you definitely have it. I mean,
that's usually how it works, right?
I mean, unless if he has like a vial of AIDS or something.
It's like Magic Johnson. Hold on, let me check that out real quick. That seems like not vital information at all. Oh, shit. Well, that just came right up now, didn't it? I typed in Clive, and it came up Clive Barker HIV. Yeah, that's why I heard, because he had a lawsuit against him. Sued by his boyfriend for giving him the HIV. That sucks. That was in 2012. Hey, it's 2019. AIDS isn't so bad now.
If you're rich.
Yeah, if you're rich. Well, we'll end that on a real upper. This whole episode is about the Joker, so it's not going to be happy. I'm going to shoot you real quick, Spencer. If you don't mind. My Can't Nitro looks like he's going to...
Oh, wow, yeah.
He just came right over. He's like, Nitro, say something. Speak! Yeah, good boy. You know what? That's how we should get rid of the intro music. And what is it? Lionsgate does the roaring lion at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Just have him. I would like that. Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Good one. Do it one more time. You want to do it one more time? He's just staring at me with a fucking wolf look.
He's like, you said I was gonna go outside when you were done.
All right. Well, I let the dog out, so. Who let the dogs out?
Caleb did.
Oh.
Caleb did.
I did. Okay, bye.